Hello and welcome to 2025. I hope you're finding your self directed investing journey to be very profitable by now. I know you may have missed me. There's only about 31 of you watching these and staying subscribed. So I hope that over the last year, where I dropped producing videos due to life changes in my family, and I've had to take on more of a caretaker role, that you've been doing some of the things that I've shared with you on the top assets, preparing your budget, planting and staking them in the stakeable assets so you can get the interest rates off of them. Because that's where the prosperity is for us that don't have a lot to say, hey, I'm going to put $100,000 on this and hope it moves by 1 to 2% and make a huge ass gain. I mean, that is not where a lot of us are, right? So, starting at the bottom, which is why I'm making these videos, I think it's a very unique opportunity that we've had in the last 8 years to be able to be involved in crypto and be able to invest in an asset that has an interest bearing rate. Even though it may seem small to you, the fact that it pays out either daily or multiple times a month is where the compound interest comes in. And over 12 months, that pulls you up. And it's done very well for me. And so I'm hoping that the same will do very well for you if you do your budget right, you plan and keep it on top of it instead of just going out and frivolously spending your money on things that won't matter in another week, and get these interest bearing assets working for you so that it can pull your life up day by day, every couple days by couple days, depending on where you place it. And if you just cover all the top assets I've covered on my past videos, then you'll be getting the max lift of all the percentage rates going up at one time in a month, over a year, and it'll have brought some significant lift to your life. And I hope you're taking that seriously, because I love making these videos and I have a lot of content that I could share. It's just having to work a full-time job, getting into caretaking of family, and trying to make these videos has created a great stressor and a hard opportunity in the last 6 months. So that's why some of the videos just seem to get cut off and, well, where did he go? Well, I'm here, and I'm hoping that my past content will help you, as well as my reiteration of that content is good. You just need to get together with yourself, figure out what your purpose for investing is. Are you as desperate as I was 8 years ago to get my life back on track and find a way to lift up instead of just living paycheck to paycheck and figuring out how to get ahead? So when I got into crypto and found out about interest bearing assets, I said, wow, these pay out daily, or every 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, once a month, depending where you invest it. And so I found, as I done my budget and planted a little bit in each of those categories and just let it sit, because we're talking about you've done your budget, you're taking care of yourself and your family and whatever else you may consider a necessity to family. And this is the leftover that you would just otherwise go out on the weekend and blow, right? So you're taking that instead of going out and blowing it and putting it into an interest bearing asset. And over the course of a month, it's made a difference for me. And then 8 years later, now it's really given me a stable platform to where I can stand on and breathe a little bit easier than I was 8 years ago. And so, having found this out, having the portfolio prove it to me, is why I have the confidence to share this with you. And you can do it at whatever your budget level is. The minimum investment's $2. You plant $1 in an interest-bearing asset, plus the cost of trading to own it. Right now, it's been under $2, so I say $2 to be safe on that. It could go up in the future, we don't know. But right now, it's a great opportunity. And so you plant that, and even though it may just produce pennies daily or 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, or a month, depending on where you're letting it sit, It's better than doing absolutely nothing and getting absolutely no gains. And for me, starting out small, instead of having to have a broker that's like, yeah, you got to have an account and pay us $1,000 or more and manage this thing and hope that it actually would take off and produce the results I was looking for. I can tell you in my past experience with brokers, it hasn't worked for me. Doing it myself, putting it where it matters, having this opportunity to lift my life up day after day, month after month, and year after year for 8 years has created more stability than my retirement plan can catch up and grow. It's amazing stuff. And I'm hoping that you're really taking it seriously and finding out that as you do it yourself through Coinbase, where you can insure it and keep it protected against all odds, is the best and safest place to do it. And watch your life just prosper. Yeah, I know nobody likes sacrifices. Everybody wants instantaneous, right now, all things. I've just never found that to be my reality. I've always had to dig hard, deep down, and make things work. And so now that I've found the key that can work for every common person that has a job, that can have a savings plan, even if it's just $2 a month, all right? So you have top 10 assets to consider. So what would you do first? Well, the first top 9 are all interest bearing. So you'd take $2 a month and put it in each of those 9 different assets that are interest bearing. And why would you do that instead of just picking one and throwing it all in there every month? Because they pay out at different staggering rates during the month at different interest rates, and you can get the maximum gain off of all the interest rates for the consistent and even investing that you're able to do, and it keeps your portfolio stable. So like one day you might get a low interest rate, 2 days out might be a higher interest rate and all of that. But over the course of the year, all of that adds up and it makes a significant difference if you're able to get a little bit in each of those 9 interest bearing assets. And then after that's done, you just put a little bit in Coinbase, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin itself will stabilize your account. You don't need to buy a whole coin and go crazy like that unless you can absolutely afford it. But having a small $2 purchase of Bitcoin in your portfolio, as Bitcoin continues to grow and become more valuable by scarcity over time, will keep your portfolio stabilized. And that's an amazing and wonderful thing. And so it's for the long-term investing and long-term gain. And some people might say, hey, 8 years is really a short-term goal for me. Well, if that's true, like I think it is for me, then be encouraged that in 8 years, doing this, staying in these top 10 assets, having a little bit of Bitcoin, then you'll have a little bit in Ethereum and Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, USDC, Cosmos, Tezos, Polygon, and let those interest rates work for you as you let that money that you don't need right now to just sit long term will grow you faster into a healthier place like it did for me. And right now I like to be able to breathe and have a little bit of a platform and not be so stressed out day to day and month to month and year to year and wondering where the difference is always going to come up, because I can't work faster, than 365 days a year, 24 hours. I can't do that. I don't think you can either. But sometimes it seems like that's what we would have to do in order to catch up. Well, these interest rates have caught my life up in just this short time of 8 years. And it's a great and wonderful thing. I hope many of you out there and these 31 people that are watching and staying subscribed will actually see this benefit, feel your life change, know that it's real, and be willing to share this channel with other people. Because if this channel just remains extremely small, then I have to work my full-time job, take care of all my family needs, and try and make these videos too. And that sometimes gets to be a lot of stress for me. So that's why my videos can be here, there, and intermittently everywhere. Is because I don't have the time to just consistently make videos on an everyday basis or an every week basis. So understand staying subscribed will be your best benefit because I will make more videos throughout the year. I just don't know when, how often, or anything like that, as it is determined by my work schedule. I have to work right now and my family needs that are changing and fluctuating on a week-to-week basis. So, with that being said, I hope you stay encouraged. I hope you stay subscribed. I hope you work these assets out, understanding that you may be in a stressed place today, but if you'll give interest a chance in your life, it will change your life. And it's not just something that you give away to the credit card companies because they gave you a high level of credit today to make all your wonderful purchases. And then you find out in 2 or 3 months you can't pay the bills. And then you're going into foreclosure and all of those negative things. Instead, make a short-term goal of an 8-year plan, do these asset investments as your budget says you can, and watch your life change. That's what excites me, that I found a key that can not only help my life, but I believe it can help yours too. And be blessed in 2025.